The rain was coming down hard when my phone buzzed at 2:47 a.m. Unknown London number. I answered. Daddy. Her voice was thin, cracked. The locks are changed. Security won't let me in the lobby. I'm outside with my suitcase, and the wedding dress is soaked through. It's ruined. Please. I'm freezing. The doorman looked right through me like I was nobody. He called the police when I argued. They told me to leave or get arrested for trespassing. I waited 3 seconds. You told 200 people I was dead. You rehearsed it in front of a mirror. I have the voice notes. You kept the backups. One's time-stamped 11:42 p.m. the night before the party. You laughed after one take, said that sounded almost real. I hung up. She rang back 17 times in 8 minutes. I let them ring out. The voicemails poured in one after another. Sharp demands turning to panic, then full sobbing. Call me back right now. This isn't funny. I'm shaking. The wedding dress is destroyed. Rupert left for Dubai. His mom blocked me. The trust is frozen. How? I need that money. I have nowhere. Please don't do this. I'm your daughter. You're only one. I deleted the folder. Sat in the dark kitchen. Felt the emptiness settle like damp cold. She'd taken the last piece of me that still cared. 3 days later, the FT headline hit. Silent partner pulls out. Thameside West project collapses. Billions gone. Tatler posted the engagement photo. Her laughing, glass-raised caption. The heiress who wasn't. Someone leaked the emails first. Her calling me liquid and sentimental. The transfer she sped up so Rupert's family could pay another quarter's interest and keep the bailiffs off the door. Then the voice notes dropped on file-sharing links. Her practicing dad past years ago, over and over, adjusting her head tilt, sipping wine between takes. Too much pity in that one. Try colder. The recording of his mother, saying the northern stuff had to die completely. No loose ends. You understand. Her reply. I do. It's handled. None of it came from me. Someone in their circle dumped it. When the money stops, people turn. The wedding text landed at 3:04 a.m. Postponed indefinitely. Unforeseen family circumstances. Screenshots everywhere in minutes. Hashtag society scandal trended. Blind Items called her the girl who buried her dad alive for a title that's now a hotel. Comment sections filled up. Karma. Serves her right. What kind of monster does that to her own father? The betrayal didn't hit me all at once. It built slow, like rot in a foundation you don't spot until the walls crack. If you're enjoying this kind of raw, real-life story, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. It really helps me keep sharing these honest, no-filter tales. Drop a comment below and let me know where you're watching from. Always nice to see where everyone's tuning in from. It started 2 years back. For 2 years, she told everyone, friends, colleagues, Rupert's circle, that she lost her father when she was 19. Tragic car accident. Absent ever since. She never corrected the story. She fed it, made it part of her origin myth. The self-made girl who rose alone. I let it slide at first. Thought it was embarrassment, youth, distance. But it was erasure. Deliberate. She stopped inviting me to anything. It's just a small dinner, Daddy. Not your crowd. I told myself she was growing up. But it hurt. Quiet. Like watching a door close on a room you built. Then the texts. Screenshots to her friends. My investors being awkward again. Me. Her dad. Reduced to that. Old mates from the sites would ask how she was. I'd say fine. Busy in London. They'd nod. But the pity was there. Kids grow up. One said over a pint. I nodded back. But inside I felt like I was losing her inch by inch. The digs got sharper. At our last family meal, she said, maybe don't mention the building sites tonight. People here don't get that world. She smiled like we were joking. I laughed along. Right you are, love. But the words stayed. I drove home alone, gripped the wheel, thought about her mom. Felt empty. Betrayed already. But I pushed it down. Then the money started moving. Trust withdrawals ramped up. £20,000 for consultations. £80,000 for investments. £220,000 straight to Rupert's failing startup. All her signatures. Emails to the solicitor. Accelerate. He won't contest. Too sentimental. When I spotted the pattern, I felt sick. Called her. What's this about, Isabella? She laughed it off. Just business, Daddy. Don't worry. Hung up quick. That's when I hired the accountant. Felt like I had to. Like protecting what was left. He pulled everything. Deleted voice notes from her cloud backups. Late-night mirror sessions in her Canary Wharf flat. I sat alone in my office, headphones on, replaying them. Her voice, calm and clinical. Dad passed years ago. Tragic, really. A pause. A small sip of wine. No, make it lighter. Another take. Oh, him? Just a gardener. Dad passed years ago. Then a soft laugh. Nailed it. Hearing that broke something in me. Not loud. Just a quiet snap. I replayed it 3 times. Felt hot tears run down my face for the first time in years. My girl. I whispered to the empty room. What happened to you? I wiped my eyes, turned off the computer, sat in the dark for a long time. Told one old friend over beer a few days later. She's changed, I said, voice low. He clapped me on the shoulder. Kids do that. Give her time. I nodded, but time was up. The tea with his mother. She recorded it. Kept it in a folder called Backup Plan. His mother. The Manchester has to die. No visits. No mentions. Old money doesn't mix with new dirt. Isabella. I get it. I'll prune him out. It's already started. Prune. Like I was deadwood. I felt rage then, cold. Steady. The kind that plans. She pruned for 18 months. Emails to friends. Fresh start. No baggage. Photos cropped. Stories about her bootstrapped life. Never a word about the man who carried her on his shoulders through rainy Manchester parks, who sat up nights when she had fevers, who buried her mom and kept going for her. By then I was numb. Friends asked, "Seen Isabella lately?" I'd say not much. They'd change the subject. Pity again. Rupert's family hosted a private pre-engagement champagne evening at their Gloucestershire pile, a friends-only fundraiser for one of their charities. Black tie, string quartet, no formal invite list that included me. I was never meant to be there. I'd been the silent partner in the Thameside deal for years, low profile by design. No photos, no mentions, no headlines. But I went anyway, drove down uninvited, slipped in through a side entrance while the staff were busy, stood quietly in the corner in my old charcoal suit. No one noticed me at first. The room was full, bankers, minor aristocracy, charity donors, laughter floating like smoke. I was reaching for a drink when my hand slipped. The glass hit the marble floor with a sharp crack. Shattered. Champagne splashed across polished shoes. The room went quiet. Every eye on me. Some angry, ruined shoes perhaps. Some calm, polite. Some understanding. A few nods like it happens. I bent down, picked up the pieces, apologized with a small smile. Sorry about that, folks. Clumsy hands from too many years on the sights. A few awkward chuckles. Then silence again. A tall guy in pinstripes, cufflinks shining, leaned toward Isabella. Who is he, by the way? Is he your dad? She froze for half a second, eyes wide, panic flashing behind the smile. Then she recovered, laughed that light, cutting laugh. Him? No, he's just the gardener. My dad died years ago. Pathetic old fool, probably wandered in by mistake. The words landed harsh, sharper than a broken glass. The room tittered, some uncomfortable, some amused. Rupert squeezed her hand. Spot on, darling. A few people glanced at me with mild pity, like I was a confused pensioner who'd got lost. I felt it land like a punch. No heat, just cold certainty. This was done. I said nothing, raised my glass to nothing. Stepped outside, watched her through the window, laughing with people who drop her the second the money dried up. Confirmed what I needed. Then left. She didn't notice. Didn't call. Didn't text. 3 days later the move started. Trust locked at 9:17 a.m. solicitor's letter. Breach of fiduciary duty. Suspected fraud. Her phone lit up. 17 calls to me in 20 minutes. Voicemails. Orders turning to panic. Before noon, a courier dropped the packet at Rupert's father's office. Every forged slip, every email, the voice notes, the liquid and sentimental line. Cover note. For your due diligence. While she was at her last dress fitting, standing in white lace, pins everywhere, the Canary Wharf locks changed. She got back to a security guard. Sorry, miss. Access revoked. Courier with eviction notice and keys to a one-bed ex-council flat in Stratford. Month to month. She screamed at the guard. Do you know who I am? Called her lawyer. Got voicemail. Call me. More begging. I ignored. Then my email to the consortium chair. Hargrove Holdings withdraws effective immediately. Share price tanked 14% in 90 minutes. FT headline the next day. Rupert's father drove to the city alone. To the banks. Titles don't negotiate. Numbers do. He sat begging for extensions. Got none. The estate went into administration in 10 days. Auction catalogs printed. Family portraits tagged like car boot sale items. Wedding text at 3:04 a.m. postponed. Society closed ranks. Silence from everyone who used to call her darling. 2 weeks later, she showed up at my door. Soaked. No coat. Eyes red. Cheap suitcase dripping. I opened halfway. She started. I'm sorry. Greedy. Stupid. I thought cutting you out would make me fit. His mom said the northern stuff had to go. I chose wrong. Gallery fired me. Reputational risk. Walked me out with a box in front of everyone. On a friend's sofa in Zone 4. Mold. No heating. Noodles. Sold my jewelry for the train. Nothing left. Can I come in? Just for tea. She looked wrecked. Trembling. I felt a flicker. Old love. But stamped it down. You knew the estate was sinking. You pushed the trust money faster to keep it afloat. You recorded his mother telling you to erase me. You kept it. You rehearsed the lie. You wrote I was too sentimental to fight. She flinched. I know. I hate myself for it. I'm going to court. I'll say you were absent. Trust was mine. You punished me. I cut in. Go ahead. File tomorrow. My solicitor has the folder ready. Forged transfers. Emails calling me liquid and sentimental. Audio of you practicing dad passed years ago in the mirror. If you file, that becomes evidence. Evidence goes public. Front pages. Your name finished. She went white. You wouldn't. It's with the barrister. One call if you move. She stared. Tears. Please, Daddy. I'll change. I stepped back. My daughter died at that party. You're not her. I don't have another. Started closing the door. She grabbed the frame. Wait, please don't do this. I love you. I looked at her hands, then her face. You don't get to beg anymore. Door shut. Lock clicked. She stayed 23 minutes. Banged once. Open up. Then crying. Then silence. Walked off into the rain. No taxi. I watched from the window. Felt the final cut. Satisfying, but hollow. Revenge done. But no joy. 11 months later. Loading cement bags near the Arndale for a council flats job. Turned the corner. There she was. Thinner. Cheap coat. Tesco bag leaking. Eyes on the pavement. We made eye contact. She opened her mouth like she might speak. I didn't slow down. She stepped aside. That was it. Haven't spoken to her since. Don't check where she is. Don't need to. Harrington Hall is now supported housing. Single moms, veterans, kids leaving care. Playground where the roses were. Classes in a ballroom. Sign says Hargrove Community Residences. No name plaque. No photos. Drive past sometimes. Feel nothing. She chose. I chose. If this story hit you the way it hit me writing it, please hit that subscribe button. It means a lot and keeps these real, unfiltered stories coming. Drop a like, share if it resonated, and tell me in the comments. Have you ever felt that slow rot of betrayal from someone close? Where are you watching from today? Thanks for being here. Take care.